Here we are again. This vlog is going to cover 5 shows and the radio appearance. Started off with Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, November 22nd at Joker's in Northeast Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Friday, November 24th, down in Delaware at Bubba's in another time zone. And that Saturday we finished up November 25th at Bootleggers in Woodland, PA. Week after that, Octane appeared on the Opie and Anthony Morning Show on the Walkover. That was Thursday, November 30th. And then Friday, December 1st, we were up at Shakers in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Dixon City actually. And then Saturday, December 2nd, we were at the Pennant in Belmar, New Jersey. So, Thanksgiving Eve, we're at Joker's. And the last time we were at Joker's was last November, and it was November 4th. It was a Friday. So it's been over a year since we played at Joker's. It's pretty much the same place. Familiar faces and same stage, same layout basically, except they put a wall back up, divided off the other room, so it's a dance club. We got there a little early to load in to allow for a sound check before the show. Alex could make the early load in. Dave actually showed up as we were loading in. Me and Jim were there early. We got the stage set up and ready for them. And they kind of trickled in a little bit later than expected. They were able to get off one song to sound check with. So they basically got 1.5 songs in for a sound check. They debut their new sets this night, acoustic to electrics. And here's the video.
In Philadelphia, you know, they've supported our band for a long time, which is awesome. Because you can read like the ratings of songs. You can check it out in the quarterly magazines, and they do it weekly and monthly. Well, last week, just on a whim, they put I For One back into regular rotation there last week, and we beat out Octane, Evanescence, and Nickelback all in the same week. So, good times.
During the second set, the low end was cutting in and out. It would go away, would come back, would go away, it would come back. Here and there it would go out. Wasn't sure what it was. Alex said he was going to swap it out during the pulp segue, but as he was going to do it, he noticed that the plug wasn't all the way in or something like that, the power plug. We attributed the problem to the amp not being plugged in all the way. Third set rolled around and it was doing it again, so that obviously wasn't the problem. That amp needs to go in for certain. Friday, November 24th, we go down to Bubba's in Delaware. Jim met me at the truck, Alex met me at Bootleggers, and Dave drove down on his own. We get down there around 7-ish after our Wawa stop, and we load in, set it all up. We did the most complete sound check we ever did there. We had everything ready to go by the time Octane went on. In fact, we even had time to do things before they went on. As last couple times we were there, there was last minute confusion of things that were going on. But this time everything was good. 3 sets of Octane fun, acoustic 2 electrics, and here's a video from Bubba's.
Now I want you to get this right. I want my friends in Philadelphia to hear this place. You know what I'm saying? Come on, do it! What you say? Are you talking to me? On the guitar, Mr. Greg Tripp. On the drums, Mr. Bobby from Brothers Jr. On the bass guitar, Mr. Joey Bird. On the electric guitar, Mr. Jordan Demarest. My name is Brian Bornick and we are Octane. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight.
November 25th, we're at Bootleggers in Woodland, PA. It's in the Woodland Shopping Center in Pennsylvania. 5:30 load in there. We load in, we set up, and as we're setting up, someone mentioned something about the power there. So the power was suspect, and we ended up not using one of the taps. We tapped in both the sound and lights into one tap. Power seemed to be okay to me. I didn't see much of a fluctuation. Except last time we were there, it was kind of doing some weird stuff. We were wondering if something had changed. But it's been good there all the time. 3 sets Octane fun. night went well, 3 sets Octane fun, but in the second set, the drive rack took a crap. They're doing Forgiveness, and PA goes off. So I look, to see what's going on. I can't tell what's going on. I'm hoping that Alex is going to fix it, or Dave was up there too, I'm sure. Instead of rushing right up there to see what was going on, I like to give them some time to see if they can figure out what's going on. Because if you get a bunch of people up there all looking at the thing, there could be more problems than there could be solutions. It went on for too long, and I decided to leave the booth and find out what was going on. The drive rack crapped out. The drive rack is a processor that processes the signal coming out of the board and puts it into the amps to go to the speakers. The one I have is a drive rack 260, and it's retails for $1,000. I've had problems with the drive rack at Bootleggers with communicating with the PC. It's always been acted weird there, and I also have problems with it at the Ridge. Those are the only two places I've ever had a problem with it. And when I say have a problem with it, it acts flaky, but it still works. It gets the job done. This night, no. PA cut off. Bad problem for Dave. So, got the PA back on. You see by the video, when the PA goes off, it doesn't get much more quiet. When it goes back on, you can obviously hear it go back on. So, I will include the entire sequence of it shutting off and getting back on. You can hear me leaving the booth, the door shut. After that, it was fine. It was fine for the rest of the night. But it failed, so it has to go. Load out, bootleggers, and we roll. That's it for the week. On Wednesday, November 29th, I went to see Tenacious D over at the Tweeter Center. And as I'm at the Tweeter Center, my cell phone rings and it's Bob. He needs his djembe. And I said, I can't get you your djembe until later. So I'm at the Tenacious D concert. That's no problem. He just needs it for the morning. And it turns out he needs it for the Opie Anthony Show the next day. So after Tenacious D, I roll up to Whiskey Tango where he's playing at they play there every Wednesday night. So if you're not doing anything on a Wednesday night, go on up to Whiskey Tango. 4 and the 4 plays up there. So I get out of there and whatever, go home, go to sleep, tired. I get up Thursday morning and I'm checking my email. As I'm checking the email, lately I've been getting a lot of stock spam. It's horrible. And I see my store at octanecrew.com email address. There's like 54 messages or something, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, they got that address and now I'm getting all this stock spam there. Check my those email messages, and I see that they are orders. They're orders for Rise Up and all different things, but there's a lot of orders. And now I'm thinking someone hacked into the store, the merch site, and now I'm getting all these bogus orders, and then as I go through them, I'm looking at them. They're from all over. They're from Arizona, Missouri, Georgia, Florida, Iowa, Idaho, Las Vegas, Nevada, which is where it is in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. And as I'm going through them, I see some people put comments. They heard you on O&A today. You guys are great. I thought, oh wow, they you know, this is interesting. This is exciting. They're selling CDs from this appearance. So I go through all of those, and I you know, get to processing them as I do. I send out the merch stuff. As I'm sitting here, they just keep coming in, these orders. They just keep coming in and coming in and coming in. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck did they do? So all throughout the day, they just kept pouring in, and I hadn't talked to anybody. And I guess because they were sleeping, they didn't sleep Wednesday night into Thursday, so they were sleeping on Thursday. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore because I wanted to hear what they did, and I don't have satellite, so I downloaded the show from Audible.com, and I got to hear what everybody else heard and what caused this flood of all these orders for their CD. What's great about what I downloaded was it was like about 2.5 hours of the CBS show, which they do on Free FM up there, which I guess is K-Rock, and then it goes in about 2.5 hours into the XM show, if not the whole XM show. Maybe their XM show is only 3 hours. Anyway, so Joe Rogan was their guest, and Joe Rogan did the walkover. And Joe Rogan was instrumental in having them play their originals. They obviously wanted to go up there and play their originals, but it sounded like Opie Anthony wanted them to play covers. So they did the original, and then after that, Joe Rogan tells them to play another original if it's as good as their first one. He was saying how much he liked them better than Jet, who was on the morning show earlier. It was just a great appearance. So I got to hear what that was all about. And then later, I found out there was a video for it. And here's a part of that video.
Is this an original?
Yes, sir.
What are you, nuts? We want to hear a cover. No, it's cool. Octane with Enemy.
I gotta take what I wanna waste, not another time, no time to waste. I got a lot of anger inside, I'll waste, not another time, no time to waste. My enemies are the closest friends I keep. Jesus want me twice today. He shot my brain, making love, not hate. I got no time to waste. I got no time to waste.
Hey, how cool is that?
Nice.
Octane from
Yeah.
Philly. Holy shit.
That's
nice.
a fucking great tune, dude.
That
right here
is
on the sidewalk.
really good.
Nice.
Friday, December 1st, Shakers up in Dixon City, Pennsylvania. It's really close to Scranton. Dave met me and Jim at the truck, took a ride up there. Alex went up there separately. He showed up probably about 45 minutes to an hour and a half after we got there. We were all loaded in, and so we set up. It was still a house system there, but it was a different house system. Being that it was a different house system, the board that was there now had enough channels and had the capabilities where I could just plug in my stuff and we were good to go. The speakers were different, but the amps were the same. Strange that anyway, but they were PV top boxes and PV low end. The snake didn't look like it was too healthy, so I ran my own snake. We ran our own monitor board, obviously, for the ears and all. And I just plugged my snake into their board and used their board. The board was kind of weird. It did some weird things for me, but I got through it. 3 sets of Octane fun. As they're playing their sets, the low end cuts in and out. Reminiscent of the week before, which was not fun for me, but thank goodness this wasn't my PA. I basically had to kick back on the low end so it would stop cutting in and out. Did the best I could with what I got. I didn't shoot any video at Shakers. I was kind of low to the ground. You would have just seen the back of a bunch of people's heads and just was not motivated to take video. I was very excited about the O&A appearance. I talked to guys in the band, talked on what I heard on the radio, and the overwhelming response as far as CD sales go from all over the country to California, even Canada. A couple of orders from Canada. In fact, there was a guy called in from Canada on the radio show. So we load out of Shakers, hang out a little bit, get out of there, and go home. Saturday, December 2nd, we're at the Pennant in Belmar, New Jersey. Get there at 7:30 because they're not normally there at 7, so we figure we get there at 7:30, and plus we get a little bit more sleep from the Shakers gig. There was a lot more CD orders waiting for me in the morning. So we get the Pennant, load in, we use our system, hooked up a new crossover I got so that the PA wouldn't shut off again. Not that it would have, but I'm not going to take that chance. So I got another crossover hooked up, ran two-way with a DBX. Got that rigged up, listened to it, made sure it sounded okay, but I lost my abilities of the processor to do a lot of the work for me. That drive rack does a lot of work all on its own. Setting up my PA in there is kind of tough because you got the one speaker that's actually behind the band, and the band likes it loud. They like it louder than hell. That was a Motley Crue reference. Anyway, second album. I again didn't bring out the video camera, didn't shoot any video. But Ellis was there. I think his name is Ellis. He was there, and he had access to the internet as well as access to the Opie and Anthony chat room on Pal Talk. And what he did was he took his laptop with his broadband connection and pointed a webcam at the band. And all through the night, he broadcast the audio and video from the show, but he cut the audio when they were doing cover songs. So Octane only wanted to have their original songs be broadcast, but otherwise you could look at them. They let a couple covers go through. The Rob Zombie one, the new Pantera one, and if you haven't seen this new set, you have to see it. There's some really good stuff in there. So he broadcast that all night. He used the top of my effects rack where I normally put the camera, and I don't know, I'm just kind of tired of editing all the live video because it's all the same thing. It's this guy Brian, this other guy Greg, Jordan, Bob, and Joe. They all play the same instruments on every show, and they all look the same way. 3 sets of Octane fun. They get done, pack up, load out, roll home. All throughout the weekend, there was plenty of orders coming in still on the Crew merch site. Sold a lot of CDs over the weekend from the Opie and Anthony appearance. It was the best thing they've ever done. I mean, most response I've ever seen on the merchandise end of the thing. I went through a lot of CD mailers and the other kind of mailers, which I don't know what you call them. They're just bigger. T-shirts. People were buying T-shirts. Never saw the band or whatever, I guess, and they were buying T-shirts out in another part of the country. T-shirts, and one guy in Tennessee bought a thong. He bought a thong. I don't know why, but he bought one. I mean, not that the thong's bad or anything, but just, I don't know, he bought a thong. T-shirts, hoodies, all those things, they went out. The only thing is a couple orders had to stick around because we didn't have enough T-shirts. Anyway, this week coming up on Friday, December 8th, Top Dog in New Jersey. Top Dog in where? Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Top Dog. And then on Saturday, we're back in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And we're at the 15 North in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And that should do it for the weekend. Well, that's it. That's the vlog. If you have any ideas or anything, make sure you shoot me a message, get in the forums, and make some suggestions. The forums, there's been a little bit more activity in the forums, but not as much as there could be. I mean, there's definitely a lot of information to be shared in the forum. What I ought to do is I ought to post a bunch of that ONA stuff that I found. So that should do it. There's nothing else I think I need to say. So when all is said and done, there's nothing else to say or do. Late!